Paul Franco is with us, Republican, running for state representative in the 13th district. And Paul, tell us a little bit about what it is that, I mean, you mentioned the economy before. I mean, is that really it? When no matter what else is out there, the economy is trumping everything in this election?
I believe so. I think one of the reasons why I got off the sidelines and started to do something is last year I was at a cookout with a friend, and he was starting a business, a local Worcester person. And he said to me, you know, Paul, I was researching how to, provide health insurance to my prospective employees. And he says, you know this, if you have less than 50 employees in the Commonwealth, you are forced to have 26, now 28, mandated coverages. He says, I cannot provide that coverage because it's so cost effective, it's so cost prohibitive. So what happens is he has to take capital that he would use on equipment, machinery, people, personnel, marketing, and he has to either apply it to health insurance or not hire at all, or hire independent contractors. And the whole point of allowing someone the flexibility to create jobs is and to have the means necessary to create jobs and stimulate the economy is the benefit. It benefits everyone. If my friend can hire people, he's going to create a multiplier effect. And to me, it all boils down to the economy and jobs. We get people back to work, everything else will work itself out.
What do you think about casinos? That was certainly a big issue, and if you're elected, it looks as if it will be an issue once again.
Yeah, you would think that with a Democratic governor, and a Democratic speaker, a Democrat-controlled House, you think they could probably work something out. Here's my feeling about casinos. I will not support any casino that involves one dime or one penny of public money. If they want to license a casino and say to a private developer, okay, we're going to give you a license to operate a casino here, there, wherever, it's on your dime. You use your capital, your connections, and you run it. But I don't want to see the public trough being used anymore for casino gambling. And I think that if we follow that perspective, it'll work out well. We'll take our cut. The other thing is, the other aspect that concerns me about casinos is, if the state's already mismanaging money and not using it appropriately, why would I want to give them any more? Okay, so I'm going to be open-minded about the casino thing. I don't have any moral issue against gambling, but my feeling is, don't take the public trust, the public money, and use gambling. Use like any other businessman, and take your own development and use it yourself. I don't want to bail out a casino 5 years from now when they all go under.
You just mentioned, Paul, this relationship between the governor and the Speaker of the House and the legislature. Here in Massachusetts, where we essentially have had this one-party state for so long, if you represent the 13th Worcester District, how are you able to effectively represent and bring money back to the district if the Speaker of the House, whether it's DeLeo or someone else, but is a Democrat, is in control? I mean, will your voice be heard?
I think so, and I think that one of the things that we saw with the Scott Brown election, and I think the TNG made a nice comment, editorial comment, we need balance. Right now, the Speaker pretty much can do whatever he wants, or the President of the Senate, and they pretty much run the show. I think it's been like that for a number of years.
A lot of people are angry about that, that our legislators seem to be more beholden to the Speaker than they are to the people who elected them.
Right, and I think with a Republican coming out of the 13th, after I don't know how many years it's been, I don't think they've even been a challenger for 10 years, I think that the people of Paxton and Worcester can send a message to the Speaker. We're not happy with the way you're running business. Now, in turn, if you elect another Democrat, if you look at the voting records and on all the roll call votes, it's 92 to 98% Democrats vote, all the Democratic representatives vote the way the Speaker votes. There's no way that a freshman Democratic representative from our area is going to be telling the Speaker what to do. But a Republican, and also hopefully other Republicans across the state get elected. And like I said, we don't expect to have a majority, but if we create some balance, then they have to negotiate with us. Then your word will be heard. The other thing is, because there's so few Republicans, the choice of committee assignments are much greater for Republicans. There has to be 2 Republicans in each committee. So I'm hoping happen to go for some of the more important committees like Ways and Means and Insurance, because I really think that those are the areas we have to focus on.
Paul, Sean Suttner has written about the fact that you have drawn some Democratic primary ballots in the past. What I mean, did you have Democratic leanings? Could you have just as easily run in the Democratic primary? Did you run as a Republican because it was easier?
Well, you know what it is? It's kind of funny because I've never run for office before, and I had gone as an unenrolled voter for I think a number of years. And what happened was, when, at least in my district, when you want to take a primary ballot, you have to go and you have to enroll in the party that day, pick the ballot, and then after you vote, you're supposed to unenroll. Well, I think they changed that procedure. So, I mean, I wasn't following politics as much as I did now. I never envisioned myself as being a career party politician one way or the other. So it's kind of funny that that's brought out. But I think I can tell people I'm definitely a fiscal conservative. I can tell you, I can assure the voters of my district that I am not a Democrat or a rhino. I'm definitely a fiscally conservative Republican. And I also think that when you look at the voter list, you look at the people that vote that we get, all the candidates have, many voters, majority of voters, are unenrolled, and they tend to pick ballots on both sides. And I think what they want is, they don't want a partisan. They don't want, we've seen what happens when you have one party dominates. They want somebody to go in and do the right thing, and that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so I am. I just find it funny because I never expect anybody to ask me about, well, you pulled the ballot back, and I don't even remember who I voted for back in those primaries. But I'm definitely a Republican and definitely fiscal conservative.
Paul, we have just about 30 seconds left.
Yes.
If people want to join your campaign, they want to get involved, what's the best way for them to do that?
Oh, excellent. Franco4staterep.com. That's F-O-R, Franco4staterep.com. Also, if you're on Facebook, Paul's Patriots. You can access them, and please, all the information you have is there. And we also have a campaign phone number, 508-981-6511. Contact us. We've got a lot of room on the bandwagon. Come and join us, and let's make some history here and show the Commonwealth and Beacon Hill that we mean business out here in Paxton and Worcester.
Terrific. Paul, thanks so much for stopping by.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
I appreciate it, Hank. Joy to be here.
This evening right here on the Hank Stoltz Experience.